And we are here again live on the perspective, but not live for you, just live for me. Playing a little music. Not sure if I'm allowed to, so I'm gonna turn that off. Because you know they got all these copyright kind of thingamajiggums now. And my cousin told me I need to do something of another. And I guess I'll take care of that as soon as I get a chance. But it won't be today. Because today we're going to finish up this 3 S's to success in changing the world. And again, the first 2 S's we already went over. You can check the other 2 videos and you'll find the explanations for those. But again, the first S is to sit down. The second S is to shut up or silence. Shut up just kind of sounded smoother. And tonight we are going to discuss stop. So stop. This one, you're going to need your pens and papers, and I have some water, maybe taking a break on this one. But anywho, we're still going to get it done for you. You see, you got your friend the manatee behind me for humanity. Get it? Human, manatee. Let that grow on you. But hey, that's my comedy for today. It's going to be probably more comedy going along with this one because again, this last S is going to take some explaining to do. It's going to require a little step process. So let's get into it. First off, as I explained in the very first video, stop just means let's take a look at where we are as humanity. We have a rover on Mars, basically a remote controlled car, and we're playing around with that, trying to find somewhere else to live when we already have somewhere to live. And we seem to be not taking very good care of it. So it's kind of like, let me get you a new house and you're not appreciating the house you're in. Even though it's plenty of things to do here. I guarantee you, here's one. There's a big island of trash floating around in the ocean. Somebody can work on that before you try to put another rover on a Mars. How about you worry about cleaning up that trash in the ocean? You know, that's the water, the stuff that creates rain, the stuff that creates water for drinking. But you know, hey, who needs water? But again, we have a lot of things that we can deal with here, especially when I look at the bridges and I see the homeless people underneath them. It's kind of strange to me how a military can constantly request money. However, a lot of the veterans are homeless, and I know they have things where they say they can go and they can get help. Here's what I do know. I'm finding it very difficult to help my mother who doesn't have mental illness in today's technologically based society. And she's okay. So when you say it's places for them to go and things for them to do, and they have access to this, that's if they have someone who cares about them and willing to take them there to get those things done. So again, you're asking someone who has mental illness to basically take care of themselves and be responsible. So let's quit playing games and acting like we don't know that there's a problem and we keep sweeping it under the rug. Our focus is in the wrong places. Our focus currently is more on Mars than the homeless people who are veterans. A lot of them are veterans. A lot of them are single parents, mothers out there who lost their jobs. We've been watching that since the pandemic started, how people are losing their jobs and getting evicted. Now, it seemingly has somehow escaped the news the past few months, although we do know it's still occurring. So where are we at morally? Let us quit watching so many videos looking for entertainment, seeing who's doing the next shake it, hot it dance, and pay more attention to what's really, really, really going on. We have a future that's in jeopardy right now because we're too busy and too concerned with the new, not even the one we have currently, the new phone that'll be out in 2023. As if we need a new phone. That's why I said, let's stop. Let's just stop. Now, I'm going to make an attempt to share a screen. You know, like I said, this video is going to be a little bit longer. Oopsity. Let me take that off. Hope y'all can't see that. Hope you still see me right now. And that's the case. Let me close up some stuff that ain't your business. Before we go into what is your business. All right, that's good enough. Everything, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, share screen. Let's see if this works. Hey, they gave me options. Hey, check this out. We're gonna share a screen here. Bam, if that's working. Now, this is not me hating on these cars. Hey, I want one of them. This is just me showing the example of how much a car can cost if you have the right money. Now, these are in the millions here. Very nice. 1.6 million, 2 million. Yeah, I thought they would have had the most expensive at the top two, but they didn't. They put it at the bottom. So it's $1 billion. But again, these are very nice. That look like it should be on somebody's spaceship. Very, very nice. But let's just go down here and get to the point. This is a lot of technology inside these vehicles. That's the point. Now, this is probably the one I would like. This Maybach Accelero. That's very nice looking right there. Oh yeah, and this right here. This Rolls Royce thingamajigam. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, maybe for a weekend. But the point I'm trying to make here is there's a lot of technology inside of these cars. It's a lot more technology that's probably in any car than any of us regular, as they like to call us, regular people are driving. And the reason I bring that up is because do we really need to create more than this right now when we can stop for a minute and say, hey, every rich person, guess what? This will be the next car you get in the this is the top of line for you in the next 10 years. And we're going to start using the technology that is in these vehicles, and we're going to start bringing that down to the vehicles we currently have that the regular people drive. Right. You know, the gas efficiency, the shocks that work so well, the great tires, the great air conditioning, you know, all of those great things that are the best. Because we've been focusing on spending a lot of time making halfway good things that don't last long, that break fast and tear up easy, and we're destroying our planet in order to keep processing these items. Now, let's take a look at how many trees we're cutting down and not planting anymore, when we could be recycling a lot of these old abandoned apartment buildings and complexes that are everywhere. Did that camera move? I'm sorry. I had my feet kicked up. But again, this is, you know, we working on it here. This is my studio, my brand new. So you could be recycling a lot of these old materials. We have trash bins filled. And I know everybody has to wonder, in a major city, where's all that trash going? Just thinking about how much you personally dispose of. So it's the part that you don't see that disturbs me, because we have to start caring about what we don't see. Because remember, those young kids have to deal with this next. And I know a lot of us are thinking we don't have to worry about it. We'll be gone soon. That's true. And that's selfish. And that's morally irresponsible. And don't forget, somebody has to take care of us when we get older. And, you know, healthcare is kind of failing right now. So we really want to make sure that we do all we can to make sure that the next generation behind us is morally responsible enough to take care of our old selves and treat us decently and say yes sir, yes ma'am to us while they aid us in keeping clean. So let's stop for a second and remember where we are now. We have enough technology. We have enough toys to play with. I guarantee it. We have plenty of things to play with. They're just not in everyone's hands yet. And that's why I said it only takes about 10 to 15 years in order to complete this process. And somebody is probably sitting there saying 10 to 15 years, that's a long time, it's a long time. No, it's not. I guarantee you. I remember when I was in the 4th grade. And again, I'm 47 today. But when I was in the 4th grade, I remember there was a senator who came to my elementary school to visit. And in that time, this area has only gotten worse. And that's been over 30 years. So now let's look at what can happen in the next 10 years, because today we have more technology, more access to information. We can spread good information faster, especially if we have people who are not scared to tell the truth and spread good information. Stop letting people spread bad information freely. Tell them to shut up. Remember, step 2, shut up. Stop it. Oh yeah, we back on stop. But again, take some time to really look at where we are and where we could be in 10 years if everyone would just say, hey, wealthy people, we need you guys to make a sacrifice, not taxes. I don't want any of your money. I'm not a lying individual who tells you that we can fix the economy by taxing the rich. I'm not a liar. I'm not going to tell you that's true. What I will tell you is, if our wealthy will sacrifice, not your money, just your toys. See, down here in the village where we currently reside, a lot of us have cars that are, 10 years old, 15, some of them 20. We call them antiques. You call them collectibles. Once you get hold to them, some of those are I'll get to work cars. So we've played with our toys longer than a year or 2 or 3 or 17. A lot of us have played with our same radios, our same cell phones for 5 years, worn the same shoes for months on end, sometimes years. We've made those sacrifices where we've had to recycle and pass things down to the next generation or the next size as we grow out of things. We've been our Salvation Army personally. We have been that to ourselves. So what we're asking you to do is sacrifice and, hey, maybe drive the same Bugatti for 10 years. Get it painted. That's what we did. We got our truck painted. Hey, drive the same Lambo for 10 years. The same Rolls Royce. Hey, wear the same Rolex, brother, sisters. Wear the same diamonds. Let them see you wear the same $10,000 dress 2 times at the party. How about if you wear those shoes out over the next 10 years so that we can allow those nice things to come down this way, so that we don't have to spend billions of dollars on product development when we can develop the things we have already. We can just, you know how good you get when you just keep making the same thing over and over again? You get great at it. So you can perfect the things we currently have. We don't need any newer stuff. We can just start making the best stuff. And as those best things come down to the levels of the village, the next generation will be so smart. We'll probably be on Star Trek before Star Trek made it to Star Trek, because it took them a war to get there. It only takes us patience, time, and a great idea. So look here, if we just stop for a second and just say, hey, that is a very nice car and has a lot of technology in it. Let's grab a hold to a Tesla. It's faster than that Bugatti that I was showing you a picture of. Let's put a Tesla motor in a Bugatti. Now that's fast and pretty. Come on. It's a way to do things that we don't have to keep tearing up everything in order to achieve advancement. See, the advancement for the future that we're talking about, it's not going to come with some new invention. We already have the inventions. It's kind of like the person who thinks, as soon as I get this, everything will be okay. As soon as I get this, everything will be okay. Well, guess what? We've already got that, and it's not okay. And the reason for that is because we don't share information. See, back when I was in, I think it was elementary, junior high. I know it's real young, but I noticed that this guy was on a talk show, and he was talking about he invented a machine that could turn salt water into fresh water. I found that amazing. And I said, wow, the United States is probably going to pay him to get that machine and take it and make millions of them and send them all around the world. And we're going to end drought. And of course, that did not happen. Of course, it didn't happen, because somehow we're so broken morally that we would rather sell you bottles of water than to help you get fresh water for free. And again, I understand it's all about making money. And that's where we have to pull back and stop again. Because if that's the only thing that matters, then we're doomed. We're truly doomed. Because what are you trying to actually buy? After you tell people to sit down and shut up and all this stuff, and you can fly in the best this in the car, okay, what's next? Is that why you're trying to go to Mars? To say you did it? But you know what? Say you achieved a plan to eradicate homelessness, and we'll build a big statue for you, even though I don't want one of me. No graven images, baby. But hey, you could get a big statue of you that shines over the city and say, this person eradicated homelessness over 10 years. You did that. You did it. You sponsored it, and you came up with the better plan. All I'm telling you is, it can be done. Just flow down. Now, this is the real trickle down. It's not about trickling down money. It's about trickling down access to information, technology, and think about how many jobs this creates. Everyone has to have a teacher who teaches this information. So we're going to have to get schools educated on how to build this new technology. And again, we got to open up these borders. We need to cross the state lines, the country lines, so that no country is suffering, so people can be happy to live in their homelands. Happy living in your homelands. Well, I like to travel. I want to be able to fly over to their homeland and visit them. But luckily, I get to see them here too, because they want to come here and stay. So we should have these options without it being such red tape and paperwork. It's as if the countries are being ran by children, and that's all of them. When are you grown-ups gonna grow up? When are you gonna shake hands and it means something? And when are you gonna do something that doesn't affect the population in a negative? Grow all the way up. Stop playing like little children. Get y'all together. And that's to the world leaders. You act like children out here playing with bombs and missiles, threatening folks like you're gonna do something. Grow up. Now I know you're acting, but you're just doing some terrible acting. You're getting on my nerves, bothering folks, got them worried. I know you're acting like children. Go get a bottle and put it in your mouth and shut up. See video 2 for y'all. And how hard is it to figure out how to divide some damn dirt? Some land, that's what we fighting over. What you gonna do with it? Who you trying to leave it to? If y'all haven't noticed, the internet created a problem for your master plan of leaving the world to your children. I'm not sure if you're paying attention, but your children don't want the world. They don't want it. They don't. They know it's an island of trash out there in the water. They know that. They say y'all trying to leave them some trash. That's what they told me. So we can take 10 years and go in the right direction towards change and betterment of humanity, or we can start heading on down this hill we heading in. And y'all can keep entertaining and distracting people with trips to Mars. As you know, the societies are failing morally. And once that takes place, it's pretty much a wrap. And you know what I mean when I say it's failing morally. We'll address that in a different video on another episode of The Perspective. But right now, we just wanted to entertain you with the stop. Stop, people. Hey, we got enough stuff to play with, enough stuff to trickle down, and enough things to teach people that'll create a gang of jobs with education. And you know, with education, creates more buildings that we can actually use to build them things that are the best things, and we can quit making the secondhand things. And in the next 10 years, we can have our kids on the way to a Star Trek world before Star Trek had that world. So rather than trying to put something on Mars, fix something here, especially that big old island out there in the middle of the water. Somebody need to be working on that, like yesterday, like last week, 6 days ago. But again, Curtis Williams, The Perspective. I forgot to cut the fan off. I'm going to play this back, and I hope it sounded good. But if it did not, we'll be recording it again, because you know it is what it is over here at The Perspective. And I'll holler.